I'm okay. I guess everything is working now. It's a one man show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a one man show. Thank you, Nozzle. It is working. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, a little bit of a rough beginning. I was busy making this music, and it was got me all distracted, and thinking about not going to this Easter party that my cousin invited me to, and I was like, I ain't going. It's not for me. Making music. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I mean, I'm using an AI. I mean, I gotta give it prompts, right? And then I tell it how to make it better. It's kind of like it's the worker and I'm the director. As you say in German, I'm the director, as in German. That is the same in English. Um, so we're back. It's Friday night, and anybody that doesn't have anything to do on a Friday night, welcome to Elden Ring with me, your host, your number one, Let's see, yeah, your number one, right here, the Golden Inquisitor. It's me, and we're going to be playing Elden Ring. But as always, I like to give out shout outs to friends of the Inquisition and fellow Inquisitors, because we when we help each other out, we're doing good work. We bring everybody up, right? And you know what? Welcome back, Jackal. And you know what? First off, we'll start off with Jackal. Find Jackal Khan on YouTube, and Sunstorm underscore Jackal on Twitch. He's gonna be punching. Uh, he's gonna be punching kids on on Twitch in some game called Disco Illyrium or Elysium or something like that. Find him. He's a great guy. It's funny. All right. So also make sure you find Serious Moonlight on YouTube. Also great. Boss Saucer on TikTok. Make sure also you stop by and look at Inquisition Radio Live. IRL. It's the other it's the podcast for the Golden Inquisition itself. It's a great podcast. We had our first live stream yesterday recording, and it's a little rough, but you know what? We're all brand new to it. It's great stuff. Jackal says he also will be playing Legacy of Kain also, so that's gonna be great too. That game is out, it may be out, or I think it might be out. It might be already out, but Legacy of Kain is a great series, and I'm glad it's making somewhat of a return. Let's see. Make sure you stop by and see Not Godwin on YouTube. Also, make sure you see Annie Nikipu. That's Annekipu or something like that. KKPU. I don't know. Annie Nikipu on YouTube. Check her out too. If you watch these streams, and anybody in the future, go like and subscribe their stuff, and all these people. They're great content creators. They love Elden Ring. They love video gaming. They love the community and interactions with their viewers. I mean, they're great people. Let's see who else. Anybody else? Jack is a mimic. Make sure you go follow him and watch his stuff. That guy is the goat, and he's the one, and in my opinion, that started the second wave of content creators that are emerging now because of him. He is the crucible of Elden Ring. And Nekikapu. Man, I'm never gonna say it right, bro. She's even told me how to say it, and what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a country boy out here in the country, in Texas. I mean, I might have a soundbite where everybody just says their name, and do that every time I need them to. I'll talk about that. I'll just press the soundboard. Boop. Let's see. Who else? Missing anybody? No, I'm not missing anybody else, I think. Necky poop. Yeah, necky poop. There you go. Yeah, that's easy. There you go. Anybody else? Anybody else? I think, oh, a new one, Spiral Unity on YouTube. He's streaming marathon content. The greatest marathon player you will ever see. You will never, and I mean never ever, find a better person at playing that game. Unless I start playing. But that's okay. I'm probably never going to play that game. So he'll always be number one. All right, so let's see. Where are we in Elden Ring? Oops. All right. So we have Inquisitors here. We have Ranny. We have Ranny. Oh, we'll just delete that one. All right, we have Veronica, Kenneth Heights, Inquisitor Albedo, Inquisitor Sonia, and the Golden Inquisitor. We play the Golden Inquisitor mostly on this stream so we can... Oh, don't forget Metafactual. They also stream on YouTube. That's META. No, yeah, TA Fractual. Like fractual. Fractual. FRACTAL. Factual. What's up, yo pharaohs? Welcome back, man. Nice to see you. Oh, no, that wasn't the real Randy. It was a mimic. And you know I hate mimics. No problem. No problem, homie. I got you. I'll give you a shout out. Let's see. Okay, so we're in the Shadowlands, and technically we're everywhere. I mean, there's no one place that we have to go. I'm not following the storyline. This is New Game Plus 4 Cuatro, as you say in Espanol. And you know, and let me just say, I love this game. This game is muy que rico. Que rico es game. I don't know how. Que rico. Don't tell Jack. Don't tell Jack that I hate mimics. But that's why I never use my mimic. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Let's turn off the light. Boom. Lights off. I got my coffee here, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to everybody that listens in the morning. Everybody in the future. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you to everybody that's here tonight. I ordered some Dr. Pepper Diet, zero Dr. Pepper, but it ended up being regular Dr. Pepper. And so now I got like a sugar high. And so now I got my coffee to add on top of that. Welcome back, Slope. Slope says, I use Touche. Yeah, I like Touche. I used to use her a lot in the very beginning. But then I got good. Then I learned the power of the Goon Squad. And anybody that has not been here, the Goon Squad is the most OP Ashes of War here. And I don't mind using Ashes of War. I'm not an elitist jerk. I will use whatever the game gives me to overcome my obstacles. Any challenge, I will use all tools. I will use the environment. I will use ashes, but I will not use exploits. I'm sorry, I will not use exploits, even though I have in the very beginning, just to see if they work. But after that, no. Meta says, those little guys are my favorite. I got so much shit from the co-op partner until he witnessed their glory. Right. They are the best, Meta. The best. Absolutely. When I see them, I'm like, Que rico. All right, let's see. So we're going to, but you know what? I did something wrong. I got the Nefeli Lou puppet. Yes, I killed Nefeli. You have to, because when it comes to Elden Ring, I'm kind of a completionist, at least on some characters. And may America forgive me for what I did to her niece, I guess you could say. Or I guess her stepdaughter, Nefeli Lou. I killed her and turned her into a puppet. Your pharaohs, close your eyes. Close your eyes. You don't need to see this. But we shall see. I'm going to do Dung Eater next run. This I promise you. Because the next run, I want to do... I want to get back to do Gold Mass ending on run 5. And because I said I do dung eater, and I'll do it this time. Let's see. Nossel says, welcome back, Nossel, by the way. Oh, no, Nossel's been here since the beginning. He says, should be Hans and Herman. Who's Hans and Herman? I agree 100%. Never argue with Nossel. He's always right. Best summons, Hans and Herman? Wait. Is there really a Hans and Herman? Hans Gruber? Is it these two or is it these two? I don't see any names. 9, he says. Oh, is it this one? Sadly, 9. You had 3 whole new games to get a dung eater puppet, and you chose not because I didn't know you could. I didn't know, bro. I'm ignorant about some things. I'm not all knowing yet. I don't know who Hans and Herman are. Nossel are you talking about the Night Maidens and the Swordstress? I hope he forgives me. All right, let's see. All right. I want to see Nefeli Lu in action against this beast. See, even Meta didn't even know. Meta didn't even know there was a dung eater puppet. Nossel says you have to drink the potion yourself to get the dung eater. 9. You give it to him. All right, here we go. Normally, I just use lightning on him, and it just kills him like 2 hits, too. Oh, shit. Fuck. All right, so we're not going to use lightning on him this time. We're not going to... Oh, shit. If he kills me more than twice, I'll use lightning on him. But we're going to see if we can just... Oh, that's not the Ash War I thought I had. Nefeli Lu. Nefeli's glue. Oh. Oh, fly away. Oh, something hit me hard. I'm like a ninja. Ooh. Nefeli. Oh, Nefeli, no. Nefeli, you have to roll away. Not like that. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Oh shit, he killed her. You killed her, you bum. You monster. You shall suffer countless deaths. Oh shit, never mind. Oh, smells in here. Wow. Okay. Oh man. Let's see. Deutsch says Nossel. Slope says, I knew, but Celiba's quests are a bitch. They are. Pushing quests are whack, he continues. Jackal comes back and says, since Celibus is a puppet himself, can we honestly call him a creep for being a dolly botherer? A dolly botherer. Even Meta questioned dolly botherer. Jackal explains Gideon's words. So Gideon calls Sullivan a dolly botherer. Interesting. All right. New words. New words for the people. What does he do with these dolls? I'm afraid to ask. Yikes. Es no bueno. In my opinion. All right, you know what? We're gonna chop him down. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll use a chop. We'll use the chop. We'll get rid of this. Nefeli Lou didn't do so good. We'll pull out the Goon Squad. Goon Squad. Goon Squad. Fabulous. All right, Goon Squad. And then we'll get into the lore. Because this is a fascinating piece of lore as well, if you think about it. In this castle, Mesmer, in his wise sage ways, wise opinion, or whatever the saying is, decided to get a golden hippopotamus and trap it at the beginning of this as this fortress. So think about it. If you're like just a new guy and you're like, oh look, let's get in here, and there's this pet. Is it a pet or is it? I just, what was Mesmer thinking? That's what I want to know. Oh, geez, he jumped. Did you see that? He's trying to kill me, I think. No, turtles are dogs. That's a hippo. Sorry. It's a guard hippo. Meta says, but I ask you this, are you really going to do the bidding of the twisted dolly botherer? Or would you rather hand that potion to me and see if we can get one over on the basket? Oh, that's what he says. Hippopotamus are naturally feisty. True. True. This is true. Roll away. Ouch. Okay. Oh, he's getting ready to do his thing. We stunned him. We stunned him. Get to his eyeball. Or whatever that is. Drink a health potion while he's recovering. He's blind at this point. Sort of. Still. Goon Squad. Earn your points. Jeez. Goon Squad. I shall avenge ye. Got him. He's dead. He dead. And I got the Asher War, I got the spell. Aspects of the Crucible Thorns. One of the, unfortunately, I think it is the second most worthless spell or incantation in the game. The only other spell that is worse than this is the feathers one, Crucible of the Feathers or whatever it's called. It's horrible, horrible. Right? What's it called? This one, Divine Bird Feathers. What a worthless spell. Worthless. You know what? I take that back. This is the second worst. This is the worthless incantation. The most worthless incantation in the game is this one. Watchful Spirits. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it just to show. Here it goes. It's a an entreaty received from the Hornsent Grand Dam. Summons a guardian of spirits above the caster's head. The spirits never stray far from the caster, conjuring several apparitions before dissipating. Take vengeance upon Mesmer and his lot. They who betrayed us, yea, ye, yea, ye, I, they who burned us, let them face thy wrath, thy just deserts. Their just deserts. It's horrible. Horrible spell. But we're gonna use it. It's gonna be our main spell tonight. You know what? And we're gonna get rid of that spell because I hate it. Let's see. I do love gold spells. We're gonna use this one. Where is my Yep. I like Ring of Mikla, Mikla's multi-layered ring of light, but I find myself leaning on it too much. And I don't want to lean on something too much. It's too fun, too powerful. Bye, Pharaohs. Have a good night, man. Oh, good night, Nostal. It's you. Welcome back, Rattle. And I ain't that lonely. And I ain't that lonely yet. No, I ain't that lonely yet. Dwight Yoakam. Let's see. Jacko, I don't even think that works. Jacko says you can use watchful spirits to apply pressure on a opponent if you're constantly attacking. I'm sorry, Nosso. I got confused, man, because you said bye, Pharaohs. I thought you were saying goodbye to him. I thought he was leaving. Welcome back, Cayman. I see what you're saying. Not much of a theory, but I don't think anyone divided that hippo in. Oh man, thanks. Every spell has a functional purpose, except for watchful spirits and divine bird feathers. Meta, yes, I am an idiot. Let's see. Okay. This is the fun place. We're gonna lore through this a little bit, right? Here's something. This guy dialogue is peak. No, such a thing is utterly inconceivable. We have not been abandoned. Mesmer is the son of Queen Marika. Her grace would never abandon her own flesh and blood. So these poor guys, as we all know, didn't know that they were marching to their doom as well. Abandoned here in the Shadowlands to wither and die eternally. Because there is no death, so they can never die. Technically. Unless we kill them and bring them absolution. Boss, what are you doing, bro? Boss, welcome back. Boss, I thought you were out with some chicas, some mamalonas. What's up, man? Welcome back. Meta says, I guess the phrase just desserts has one S because it's from its form a form of word meaning to deserve. It's a form of word meaning to deserve, something like that. I don't know. I'm not too hip on the English language, but it's out there. It's doing something. Let's use what are we going to use? What are we going to use tonight? Let's use this. The saucy boss. Meta says, I thought it had something to do with cheesecake. Cheesecake. Boss has been getting sauce. Yes, he has. He should be. Oh, look at that guy. His spear is in has an infinity on it. I've never noticed that before. So does mine. Ooh, Jacko, are you rapping? I've never listened to rap before in my life. I don't know what that is. Oh shit, there's somebody behind me. Oh, the ambush. It worked. Cayman says, oh, he's talking to boss. He says, I saw some writing contest that had a big $5,000 prize. Remind me later and I'll link it to me, man. Link it to me. I'm a good writer. I've written stuff. I've once had something published once under a pen name. Hee hee hee. Ho ho ho. We got to get my revenge. When it comes to rapping, I miss amateur. I miss amateur is amateur gets. I'm as amateur gets, but I can flow from time to time. Oh, nice. I can rap sometimes. I used to work at Hallmark when I was young, so I can rap presents and stuff. I'm really good at rapping gifts. You had to learn that because it was something that we offered back then. I'm not sure if Hallmark cards is still open, or if even they still offer that. Thank you, Cayman. I appreciate it. They're very inattentive, says Meta. These guys. Well, I mean, they live in a castle where they've killed everybody. There hasn't been anybody for them to fight for ages. And they're like, really, are they? What are they? Are they looking at the weapons or just admiring the weapons? Is this Hans and Hansberg that Nasa was talking about? Oh, rapping with an R. Yeah. Hmm. What are these guys doing? They're imagine the conversations, the repeated conversations that you would have with people that are that you've been trapped with, right? Imagine like you're in prison, and I'm not sure. I've never been to prison, right? I've never been to jail, but I can imagine that eventually you run out of things to say, right? You know, y'all eat the same food, y'all wear the same clothes, y'all live in the same 6 by 9 room cell. What do you talk about, right? Jackal says he's been in jail once. Nice. Well, you know what? I will admit this. Okay, I will admit this. I have been to Final Fantasy 14 jail. One time a Final Fantasy 14 moderator or whatever, in-game judge or whatever, took my character and put it in the jail, the character jail, game jail. And then I waited in there for a couple hours, and then they came into the room, and you I don't know if you remember back in the day when you talked to the people that worked at Blizzard in World of Warcraft. They would like RP with you to say, hey, a dark shadow comes up from behind. It's Nogathoth, the shadow. Hello, this is Blizzard, whatever. No, whatchamacallit, Final Fantasy 14 moderators or whatever they're called didn't do that. They said, sir, your account has been banned for 72 hours or something like that. It was awful. I was like, man, I logged in and I was still in that jail. So I logged into another character, right? And that character wasn't in jail. And then they banned my entire account instead of just a character. I was like, what? Okay, and that was it. They have been discussing about how far up the anus those spears could go. I mean, they wouldn't die if they tried it. You know what? You know what I mean? All the way, says the one. There's no debate here. Meta. That's why I'd start a D&D group in prison. You'd start a D&D group in prison? Oh, you'd have to make it like your own dice out of like dried flour dough. Cayman says they still do it. You just got to get married to them first. Do what? The anus stuff or the RP? I've been married in Final Fantasy 14 5 times. But let's not get into it. Let's get back to the lore. These guys bored. They're bored out of their minds. Trapped here for an eternity. Ooh, this guy's rude. Man. Meta says, I played Ultima online back in the day. I don't even think you could get banned. Griefing was like 90% of the game. So was World of Warcraft back in the day, back when it was good. Yeah, I remember the battles in, what was the name of that town just outside the Undercity? Damn, there used to be bodies everywhere, skeletons all the time. I loved it, man. I was on Asgalar, a PvP server, man. I love ganking. I love the idea of getting ganked because it made the world so threatening and dangerous. And in my opinion, that's what Final Fantasy 14 lacked. Danger. It's really just really, 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 really safe. And it's boring. You play these games because you want danger in your life. You want some excitement for some reason to break out of the monotony of sitting at your cubicle, or in my case, putting on your boots and standing in front of a hole that you dug out with a shovel. And, you just want something different, Jackal says, I've tried playing some of the older Ultima games. Once there was the Martian one and the Jungle one. I have no idea. I don't know. I've never played any of those Ultima games. The music was crazy. It says Serious Moonlight. Serious Moonlight. But can we really trust the person that listens to David Bowie? And if you said yes, you'd be correct. Because David Bowie is the best. Oh. Oh. David Bowie's Baller. Ultima 7 is. Oh, wait. He meant to say Final Fantasy 7. Mastrote, welcome back. FFFFF. You don't like David Bowie, Mastrote? David Bowie is muy rico. Ultima 7 is still amazing if you can get it to run. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Better to not live in the past, but live in the future. Elden Ring is the future. Elden Ring 2 is the future. I don't know if anybody keeps up with talking about Elden Ring 2. I don't know if anybody keeps up with Bandai Namco, right? But they were announcing something the other day, yesterday, in fact, that they were hinting that it was like a new game from the creators of or from the producers or whatever, the publishers of Elden Ring. Right. And so I saw on X that there was some talk of that people thinking it was Elden Ring 2 announcement. And I thought it was an MMO because it didn't look dark enough for an Elden Ring game. Because the color palette for an Elden Ring game is, it's kind of bland. It's dark colors, grays, dark greens, washed out, death colors. So I was like, I said, it's an MMO. It's probably an anime MMO. And I was wrong, but I was technically, may have been, I was right in a sense. It turned out to be a Sword Art Online single player game. It's which is crazy to me. It's a single player game about an MMO. I don't know. I don't understand why not just make an MMO in the not the Elden Ring, in the Sword Art Online universe? What? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. MMOs are fun when they're fun, but I can't imagine playing a single player game in a fake to play a single player game that is a fake MMO. That what? I'll never understand. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm just too smart for my own good. Manufacturer says I have a weak spot for Ultimate 8. Womp womp. Sorry, bro. Spoonie Views, never heard of it. I'll check it out. Okay, yeah. Jackal says I was also disappointed with the Namco RPG release today. Is it the Sword Art Online, the return to Ironclad or whatever? Cayman says, but Sword Art Online is canonically a bad have. Is canonically a bad have. Welcome back, Cayman. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, a bad game. I mean, what? No, it was an amazing game. I mean, sure, you got locked in there and you died. You died in real life. I mean, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I can't wait. I was honestly expecting something more original. Me too. Me too. Me too. I don't think we're gonna get an Elden Ring 2. It's been so long. We should have heard something by now about Elden Ring 2. I wish we didn't get Night Rain. I think Night Rain was a waste of time. Oh, let me use this spell. All right, here we go. Yeah, it missed. Oh man, that spell is trash. 82 damage? What? Night Rain was not good. Was not good. It was a horrible game. And it was good. Let me I don't want to it was a horrible game. For an Elden Ring game, if it was any other game, it would have been a good game. But they labeled it Elden Ring and they reused assets and said, here, give us your money because this says Elden Ring. And we're gonna make it so that the game has no effect on the base game, has no meaning that you can apply to the rest of the game. And it's gonna and let's be honest. Let's be honest. The lore, right, doesn't really add anything, right? Like Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 added lore to the game that was, significant and inspiring. All that Night Rain did was add a hot nun licking a wall with her big booty out. And that's all it'll be remembered for. It really didn't do anything really to the world, really. It just complicated things. It made things, purposely convoluted. for no reason. And then at the end of the game, it shows you that everything that was in this game is just erased. Erased itself out of existence. It was horrible, horrible writing. Jackal says, to be fair, you're using holy damage on an entity that has holy resistance. With as high level as my faith is, nothing can resist my holy damage. Jonathan, welcome back. Or welcome. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else. Jonathan says, I think Night Rain was lovely. And then he opened his wallet. He said, here, take my wallet. And I guess, but as a game, the fun and nice looking. I guess, but as a game, it's fun and nice. If Night Rain was reskinned for something else, another game, it would have been an okay game. Jacko said, it's okay, Inquisitor. You're allowed to be wrong about Night Rain. I'm not wrong though. That's the point. I'm massively, profoundly correct. Your Pharaoh says Night Rain is all right. Bro said, Serious Moonlight says, bro is out of pocket. Pharaoh says, it's not my type of game. It's not an Elden Ring game. It's not. I don't even know why they labeled it Elden Ring, Night Rain. Metafactual says, I agree completely. Night Rain was like a bad John Wick spinoff. Exactly. It was just, what? Why? And in a sense, you can see what that game was. It was just testing out features that we paid $40, which, I'm not mad about that. For that type of game, $40 doesn't hurt. But had it been a $60 game or a $70 game, the community would be upset about what lacked in that game, about that game. But since it was $40, nobody really cares, right? It's $40, no big deal. But in a sense, all that game was a beta for their next big release. Is it going to be Dustbloods? Maybe. I don't think Dustbloods is ever going to come out. Same thing with the Tarnished Edition. But it's a beta for new. I don't even know why they even test things like that, because there's already games that do that stuff. So it makes me wonder if, like, within the gaming development community, there's nobody helps each other. They don't look at what other people are doing and be like, hey, can we make this better? There's no sense of community. It's everybody out for themselves and they cut each other's throat. Because Night Rain, if you think about it, is nothing new. There's other games that are doing it or have done it and did it better. All they did was sell us the Elden Ring logo and reskin, reused assets, and that's it. Perhaps in the beginning, in the development of Elden Ring, not Elden Ring, but Night Rain was maybe supposed to be a DLC. Perhaps that was going to be our second DLC. And maybe it should be looked at as a DLC that doesn't affect the base game. Because it was $40, but so was Shadow of the Erdtree, and the Shadow of the Erdtree is huge. And it added so much more. Shadow of the Erdtree was nominated for Game of the Year. This is how great Shadow of the Erdtree was. And then they give us a little bit of slop, Night Rain, and we ate it up because we had, what was it? Beer goggles, I guess you could say. Jackal, you can say that I was wrong, or it's a skill issue, but the truth is in the pudding. It's made of dog shit. Jonathan says the music in Night Rain. Nobody listens to music. Nobody listens. I mean, that sounds harsh, but the music in every game, everybody loves music in every game. So Jonathan, I understand what you're saying, and I respect your statement there that you love the soundtrack, but Everybody loves the song of the music of every game. Cayman says, but it wasn't a $60 game. At a time where COD was playing. But exactly right, Cayman. So you're right. We're on the same page there. Meta says it was fun, but it just felt kind of fake. I don't know. Well, you do know it felt kind of fake. It didn't feel like Elden Ring. It felt like, hey, let's take another genre game, reskin it, repackage it, sell it, make some money. I mean, it was kind of, I maybe I'm a little jaded, cynical, maybe perhaps. But the truth is, it was a DLC game that they sold us at DLC price. And if we look at it as a standalone thing, it's not really that good. There's not that much. It's a repetitive game. There's one map. It took them almost what was it, a year to give us a second map. It's if you enjoy one map games, go ahead. I mean, there's no problem. I mean, we've all been at this point. We've all been conditioned to like Call of Duty games, right? At one point, everybody in this chat, everybody that watches this stream in the future has played a Call of Duty game and liked one map and spent hours on a map playing one map. I guess I'm wrong. Cayman says, bro is on his villain arc. Next, he's about to say, Gideon did nothing wrong. Gideon did nothing wrong. He's a saint. Roger's not a liar. He tells us the truth about everything, man. Ronnie's a princess. She's the victim. Rhea is a nice, wholesome girl. That's right. Amen. Fran the man, welcome back. He says, I like Night Rain's boss battles. I don't like the fast pace and the other limitations, he says. Amen. Jackal says, I still have flashbacks of defeating Burger Town. Burger Town. God damn, I remember Burger Town, dude. I wish I didn't remember, but I remember Burger Town, man. I do. Meta says, I like the variety of gameplay it introduced using Elden Ring items and weapons. The irony is that they sped it up so fast, letting you sprint, but you still get bored just running all over the place. All it is a boss rush game. It's a brain rot game for brain rotted people. It's repetitive. The game cycle is short. Even if you like go through the whole thing, 40 minutes, 45 minutes maybe, but then you lose everything and it starts over again. It's Elden Ring Fortnite. That's all it is. Because you lose everything at the beginning. You can't build. There's no character progression or anything. All you can do is choose your runes or whatever the crystals. Whoop de do. And still, even that, you can set up your crystals the way you want. You still have to believe wholeheartedly in RNG Jesus. You still have to believe in that he'll bless you, because you could set up your whole shit and doesn't get nothing. It's like, what's the point? And then you die and you wasted your time. If you die before you even get to the boss or even beat a boss, you've wasted your time. And I don't know about y'all, but my time, at least I want to say I progressed into something, didn't waste it, right? Jonathan says the music in Night Rain was really fantastic. Yeah, I guess you haven't played Final Fantasy 14 because Final Fantasy 14's music is so good that it's won several awards, and they even have their own symphony. Okay, Jackal says there is nothing brain rot about a boss like boss rush. Kirby did that shit, and Kirby was baller and a ball, baller and a ball. I don't even get me started on Kirby. Don't get me started on Kirby. Kirby is, and you know what? It might be the sugar talking. It's letting out the dark side. Ugh. Anyways, Jonathan also says, oh, Meta says, sorry. Meta says, no, Jackal says, hold on. Cayman says, let me introduce you to a game called Hades. Jackal continues, okay, but dying on the way to the boss is literally what FromSoft formula is. Yeah, but there's no progression. Progression is the key. Progression is what we go back to. The thing is in the key to the Souls-like games is that when you die, you drop your runes, your souls, right? There's a chance. You have a sliver of hope to get that stuff back. You don't lose your weapons and you don't lose your levels. You don't lose your gear or anything. But there's a chance to get your souls back. So the game instantly turns into a boss killing game, into a rescue mission instantly as soon as you respawn. And that is the fascinating. That is the best thing about these Souls-like games, is that they change genres on the fly instantly like that. Who the hell said something about Final Fantasy, man? I love the music in the game too. Doesn't mean Night Rain music was bad. Hey, Jonathan, I mean, hey, I played that game for 10 years and I still play it every now and then when I want to talk to a cat girl. Makote cat girls, I got a weakness. And bung girls, don't even get me started on that. I mean, changing subjects. Metas Serious Moonlight says Bowie is a boss rush. Right, I understand. Meta says, I wasted an hour and got shit for it. Exactly. Welcome to brain rot. Meta says, Spiders from Mars boss fight that would be awesome. Cayman says, oh, that's what's going on. Lord Inquisitor had too many Red Bulls and he's crushed. No, Cayman, let me tell you what, bro. I haven't had a Red Bull all week. I think all week. Man, yeah. I stopped drinking them because they were just getting too expensive. And the gas station that I was getting them at stopped the 2-for-1, buy 2 get 1 free. So I can't do it. So Jackal says, one second. All right, he didn't see me. Jackal says, I wouldn't call it a genre change. The genre is still the same. Sekiro isn't technically a rhythm game, but we can call it that because it's a diversion of time formula, or diversion from the main formula. Night Rain is the same too. No, I disagree. I never played Sekiro, so I can't speak on it. So I will take your word and agree with you about what you said about Sekiro. Pharaoh says, I like it if we were 100% boss rush, like the challenge of strength in Sekiro. Well, you got Night Rain. Cayman says, yeah, I quit that stuff years ago. Just coffee for me. Yeah, I got my coffee and I got this Dr. Pepper. They brought me the wrong one. I asked for Coke Zero, or Dr. Pepper Zero, but I got full corn syrup. Give me cancer. All right, let's see if we can kill these guys real quick. Oh, shit. I got the corn syrup. Got him. All right, let's get it, buddy. Oh, I meant to be cool and jump on the table, but oh shit, I'm just making a mess. Oh my God. He hurteth me. I don't want to die here. All right, let's see what the people are saying. Calistro, welcome back, Calistro. Good to see you. Good to see you, Calistro. I always love to hear your voice or read your text. I mean, welcome back. Coffee is cringe. I love coffee, Jackal. Jackal, I love coffee. Coffee put hair on your back. That's how good coffee is. Serious Moonlight says, I used to love Monster. Now I'm a coffee cowboy. A means me and Serious Moonlight, we're like one right now. Him and I are one. He's one finger and I'm the other one. And we love coffee. Lester says, evening all. That means hello in Canadian. Bum, bum, bum. Pharaoh says, no, in Sekiro, it's literally fighting one boss and then another. In Night Rain, you have to farm and that's all. All that. No. You don't have to. You can just run from boss. You're farming bosses. Think about it. You start off the game. Okay, you got me on technicality because you can start off the game. You kill the little place, the little group that starts you off there. And you level up to level 2. And then you just run from boss to boss to boss to boss to boss to boss to boss, saucer, boss. I mean, that's it. You're running from one boss, whether it's a boss in an Evergel, the boss underneath a cathedral, a boss, that's, in the world, just roaming around. That's all you do. That's it. Yeah. Meta says, I might actually hate Sekiro. I've never made it through my first playthrough. Huh. Interesting. I never played it. Cluster says, I'll send you a voice message later. Wait, to who? Oh, to Serious Moonlight, because Serious Moonlight was like, hi, Cholesterol. And then she replied, I'll send you a voice message later. Wink. Ooh. And apparently he ignored her chat earlier. It's not how you do it. Let's see. Cameron says, that's how I play Elden Ring, though, to be honest. Oh, wow, really? Okay. I mean, when it comes to Elden Ring, you can play. When it comes to Elden Ring, you can play any way you want. But when it comes to Night Rain, it's only boss to boss. No, that's not Elden Ring, though. You Cayman, Jackal, it's not Elden Ring. Because look, I what am I doing? I'm walking around. I'm looking at stuff. I'm killing no-name guys, NPCs, mobs. And you don't have to go to bosses. You can skip a lot of bosses, right? To progress the story, you can just go around them. There's ways. In Night Rain, you can't. Serious Moonlight says, I don't think she's talking to me. She never talks to me. Law. Oh. Night Rain's let's see. Jackal says Night Rain is just Elden Ring on a time limit. Negative. There is a time limit. That's true. But it's no Elden Ring. Elden slop. It feels like AI made it. Yeah. I said it. Boom. Argyle. Gargle? Argle. We'll just say 42. 42 says, because that's the answer to the question of life. 42 says, full confession, I hate Night Rain's pace, even solo. Amen. Amen. I'm with you. Jackal says, it does not feel AI made it. And Oh, Jackal. It does. It does. Maybe maybe I can make a video on that. Elden Ring Night Rain made by AI. Jackal will get mad. I think I will. I'll do it for him, just him. Private video for Jackal. Para T solo. Let's see. Boss says, I wish Night Rain was a proper Souls. God, everybody wants to say it. Everybody wants to say it, but I'm just gonna say it out loud. I'll say it on stream, and I'll say it out loud. So, and I'll take the heat, so people don't have to. Night Rain's trash. It's not as good. It's not a good. It's not a real Elden Ring game. Oh, why'd I do that? It feels like a money grab. If you want to, it can feel that way. It can feel that way, but in reality, I know it's just a giant beta test for things they want to test out. So hopefully, Elden Ring 2, The Wrath of Godwin, will have proper co-op or something similar. Kevin says, Habibi, you're the one who posted AI slop in the main channel. I always post AI slop. What's wrong with it? There ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Serious Moonlight. The difference between AI slop, Kevin, let me address this. The difference between the slops. One slop, people are using it to make money. When I use AI slop, I'm just doing it because it's fun. I'm not asking for money. I'll never ask for money. That's it. And so if I don't ask for money, I think it's okay to use AI slop. But if I make a video game, if I make a movie, if I make stuff and then ask for your donations or ask for your subscriptions or your likes or anything else, then it's wrong because it's not me. It's not genuine. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Let's see. Kim says, the Golden Inquisition is forming a schism over this. I love schisms. Argyle says, like a bunch of handmade tableaus stitched together. I don't know what that word is. Sorry. Together with AI in between. Hey, it definitely copy and pasted scenery, dude. I mean, copy and pasted. Calistro says, oh, at Serious Moonlight. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm not going to read that. That's private chat. No, Cayman, I have played it. I have gotten all the way to the Dreadlord. The only boss I've never beaten is Dreadlord, even though I fought him. I have played it. Don't get me wrong. This is why I can speak on it. Now, when it comes to Sekiro, I can't speak on it. I've never played it. So you won't ever hear me speak on Sekiro or Bloodborne. I played maybe 10 minutes of Bloodborne. Didn't like it. So I won't speak on it. But Night Rain, oh yeah, you bet your heart I put some time into that fucking game. Bet. Factual says, yeah, I was a absolute money grab, and I think that's okay. FromSoft deserves more money to throw at Miyazaki's team. I can't argue against that. That's a fair statement in my opinion. And more Pac-Man cart games. No. Let Pac-Man rest. Let him rest. Calistral says, "You're a butt, Inquisitor." Thank you, Calistral. I appreciate it. I do work on my squats. Oh, these guys. They must have heard me talking about Night Rain. Let's show them the truth. Boosh. Jackal says, Nightfarers and Sekiro have the same running sprint speed. Oh, that's interesting. Do they have the same climbing mechanics? Your Pharaoh says something that we're all fearing in our hearts. Your Pharaoh says, Dust Blood is going to suck. It's dead in the water, in my opinion. It's on Nintendo. Who bought a Nintendo Switch? Let's be honest. Who's bought a Nintendo? Whoever has a Nintendo Switch, who's playing it? Nobody. Maybe kids, if you're 8 and younger, most likely. Meta says, some guy soloed my Dreglord. It was pretty dope. That's amazing. Jackal Khan says, similar climbing mechanics, actually. Huh. That's cool. I might have to check that game out after I get done with the Resident Evil series. Hey, Jackal, in Sekiro, is there co-op too? Oh, I wasn't paying attention to who I was fighting. Sorry. I wish we got that spell. Ouch. Ooh, out of range. Kimmy says, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not buying a Nintendo right now. Jackal says, I'm not playing the Nintendo Switch 2 out of principle. Nintendo has earned my IR lately. Inner rage. I believe that's what that means, lately. Oh, ire. A-I-R-E. He's so smart. He's using those big school words and stuff. He's so smart. He went to college, y'all. Just letting you know, Jackal's smart. Let's see. Mastrothe says, too much Elden Ring hate today for fuck Final Fantasy. What? No, there's no Elden Ring hate. This is Elden Ring love. The purest form of love. Mastrothe. When you love something and you see it not doing well, you can say that it's not doing well out of love. Nothing's out of hate. Nothing's out of anger. It is pure love. Because when you love something, you call it out. Just don't be angry about it. And I'm not angry. Nobody here is angry, I believe. Jackal says, Sekiro does not have co-op. Oh, interesting. But it does have time trial features that you can engage with other players. Oh. Argyle says, as much as you walk around looking at stuff, why don't you stack bistro vigor? Oh, because normally I don't use this weapon. I'm just mixing it up. Normally, what am I using? I use a straight sword most of the time, or this weapon. And I don't have strength. I'm a faith dex build, so I try not to use weapons that are too big. Like one of my absolute favorite weapon is Sacred Broadsword. Let's see. Manufacturers. Oh, okay. Jackal Khan says, I never went to college. I'm a high school graduate just like you. I never graduated, though. Let's see. Kami says 3 letters, but it's a big word. Ire. I love you. 3. That's the biggest word I can think of. Manufacturer says, these guys are great to fight with. The one-eyed giant shield. Oh, I don't ever use shields. I use shields Me and Kalishra went through the game. Our very first run was co-op, right? And we used the brass shield all the way through. And then after that, I told her, I was like, you know what, Callisto? I call her Callie. I was like, you know what? Or I called her Star. But I was like, you know what, Callie? I'm never going to use a shield again. And I never have. I never have. Not for a whole playthrough. Let's see. Argyle says Specimen Storehouse is my second favorite area in the DLC. I like it. I think there's a lot of lore here. Fascinating stuff to look at. Let's see. No, the miracle. The miracle. Oh, the incantation. No, I don't use it. A lot of the bestial incantations or whatever. They okay, let me see. Honestly, when it comes to beasts, I like. All right, let me just say it. I don't like bestial incantations. I said it. I like crucibles are my favorite. My second favorite is whatchamacallit? Hornsent Tower spells. My third favorite is Mesmer's Flame. And then in the mix of all of that is the Mikla's multi-layered Ring of Light. That's it. There you go. Meta says, we love Elden Ring. We hate the pretenders. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Argyle says, my favorite weapon combo is Sword of Melos and Blasphemous Blade. I get all the points. Om nom 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 nom. I've never used either one of those swords. Meta says, the buff debuff combo. Oh, interesting. I didn't know. I do like the Sword of Light and the Sword of Shadows. I like their debuff and buff. I think it's very interesting. But the Sword of Shadow or Darkness or whatever, the animation for it is just takes too long. You really have to like prepare for it. Cause even though it hits hard, don't get me wrong. But it's like, man, that wind up is like what, 3 seconds? 1, 2, 3, yeah. One, two, three. And I think it gives a 20% debuff to Holy Negation. Meta says the one-eyed shield is basically a cannon. It is. Pre-nerf non-consort Radon bow throws boulders. I never used bows. Calistral did. BB drains health. Milo's Blasphemous Blade. Milo drains FP. I never needed to chug unless I get dumb. Cameron says, right now I'm using Blood Chef's arm. It's great. Blood Chef arm? Blood Chief. Blood Chief's arm. What is that? Jackal says, what do you think From Software's next game magic system is going to be like? I think, honestly, Jackal, it's going to be the same. Welcome back, Godwin. Because I didn't play Bloodborne or Sekiro. I've only played Dark Souls and this game. But it's the same, essentially, at its core, gameplay wise. I mean, Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring is Dark Souls 3, right? And the incantations and sorceries are the same as miracles and pyromancies or whatever they were called. I forget what they're called. Um, I don't. I think they're just going to keep with it because we've already been conditioned to understand what these are and how they work and things like that. Uh, and for the player base, I mean, it's just easier for us as a whole. I think. Pharaoh says, "Who is the Glowmite Queen?" I don't know. I know. I can tell you who she's not. She's not Marika, and she's not Melina. She's not Letta. She's not Romina. Don't tell boss. Um, I can tell you who she's not, but I can't tell you who she is. Not Godwin comes in and he says, "I use the sword of light for using my great bow. Makes the holy arrows better." That's what I love about the sword of light. You know what else helps with what's better than sword of light's buff? The golden epitaph. Oops, my bad. I use the golden epitaph buff. Jesus, we're right here all the time. It's the best buff, and not only that, but sometimes when I'm feeling randy, I'll use the sort of light buff too, because they stack. Yep. And then when you use, you know, Sacred Blade or something, it just kills. Or any spell really. And I like the Crucible Gauntlets, so I wear the Crucible Gauntlets would give 2% to their spells. And you just bully everybody. Yeah. I love. Oh, he's alive. He's really. Oh! Never mind me. Don't listen to me, Godwin. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Apparently, fuck it. Anyways, I failed. I failed at live. Night Rain is a great game. He had like 0.5 health points. Argyle says, "I saw a video yesterday that suggested that the Glowmite Queen is the god who fled from Placidusax." Yeah, I've seen a lot of theories that people think that that's who she is. She may have been. Cameron says, "Glowmite Queen or the Gek. The Gek is Mesmer. Change my mind. No, I don't want to. I want you to keep believing that." Argo says, "Drink." Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna drink my coffee because apparently I need it. Meta says, "I think Marika was a big piece of her." Oh, I see. So you think the Gek and Marika were like Radagon and Marika? Pharaoh says, "Ashimi was the Glowmite Queen." Ashimi, if nobody knows who Ashimi is, she is the content ash or silver tier that you have. She had a whole quest line where she tries to kill you at the end. So Pharaoh is pretty well in depth, well versed, I mean, in content and the lore of Elden Ring. Good job, you Pharaohs 5040. Thank you. Yeah, that's smart. That's an interesting idea. He may be joking, but if he's not, I would like to hear. Maybe he'll post something on the Discord to let us know what's up. He'll go in depth on it. Your Pharaoh says Radigan is a dragon, or Radigan was keyword was a dragon. One of these days I will. No, you know what? I don't want to convince your Pharaohs, Mr. Pharaohs, El Señor Pharaohs, the most Rico of the guys. I don't want to convince him that Radagon was never a dragon, because it's in his mind, in his game. That's the way it is. And I wouldn't take that away from him ever. Radagon was a dragon in the world of Elden Ring in your first playthrough. I'll back that up 100%. What the hell? Come on, guy. Oh, God, they're going to kill me. These guys. Let's see. Ragaro says Ashimi. I still call her Ashimi. Okay. He's talking about a Gek. Let's see. Jacko says Radagon is Elden John. You know, that kind of rhymes. Radagon, Elden John, on, gone, on. You might have something there, Jackal. You really might have something there. Argol says, if Radagon was a dragon. Hold on. Let me kill these guys real quick. It flew back. It hit me in the back. The motherfucker. All right. Let's see. Argol says, if Radagon was a dragon, why red hair? He was a chunk of giant meat put in America's Saint jar that she expelled after rebirth. Man. Negative on both statements, Argyle. Negative. You made an F. Cayman says, how come that guy's horns are cut off? I'm assuming the beast. Well, let's think about it, right? Who controlled this area first? The Hornsent, right? The Hornsent. And we know that horns contain spiritual power. And they're used for spiritual stuff and things like that. And if these animals are making horns, they just grow them just like people grow fingernails. Just like deer grow antlers every season. Why not cut them off and use them for your own purposes? You can use them for drinking. You can use them for, for music. You can use them for spiritual things. You can use them for medicine. Why not? You have an endless supply of horns on these creatures. Why not? The Hornsent did it. That's my answer. I could be wrong. Argo says, let's see. Argo says, tragic but inevitable. Manufacturer says, they threw dragon bits and giant bits into a pot with America's bits. Everybody's bits are intact, y'all. It's all intact. Your Pharaohs says he could have been both. That's how mimics work. And once I believed once that Radagon was a mimic, but now after playing Night Rain and what Wilder does, I believe that Radagon used the mimic to gain that power. And using the mimic, he became America. So he murdered her. And I will always believe that he murdered America as he murdered Renala. Jacko says, the Keratin Crucible. Yes. Amen. Sirius Moonlight says, renewable source. Argyle says, fully agree on the horn removal. Kimmy says, do we see a lot of horn stitchers? Stitchers or something? What? I don't know what that word is. Maybe I'm I don't know. Maybe. Yes, Cayman. That's a yes to your question. Let's see. At Golden Inquisitor, Argyle says, do you believe Radigan murdered and replaced America after being a giant chunk is right out? But yeah, being a giant, yeah, because America. Okay, so I have videos out there right on my channel that explain. So I'll explain it because everybody heard me say it first several times over the months that I've been streaming. But I'll give you the abridged version. Radigan is America is a true statement, but the statement does not say that America is Radigan, right? Radigan posed as America, pretending to be her after he murdered her. And we can tell this by dialogue changes. By in the dialogue, there's vocabulary that's different, changes in behavior and such things, and those. So, and the same thing with Renala, that he murdered Renala and replaced her with a mimic or an albinoric type person. That's why she can't use her feet and stuff like that. And also why she's also like kind of brain dead. But and the reason that I know that Radigan replaced America and posed as her and eventually was killed and used as a puppet by the Elden Ring is the cutscene. We see him get turned into a sword. We see him not talking or say anything. We see that the Elden Ring is puppeting him just like any other puppet. And then after everything is done and everybody's dead, we see it's finally revealed that America has been beheaded, and we find her body and her head on the floor. And so it's like she was like in the same place. Her body is in the same place as like an Everjail or the Land of Shadows, somewhere hidden from the sight of men who walk in there. And after the Elden Ring is dead, everything is revealed. And it's shown to us that she's been murdered. And she'd been dead a long time. And there you go. That was a 10-minute video in 3 minutes. Jackal says, when did America die? Sometime after, I would say, near the beginning of the establishment of the Golden Order. When, after Radigan was, sometime after or soon after, he became Elden Lord after America, or after probably millennia. If you believe that America was giving vaginal birth, oh my God. If you believe she was giving birth that way, then after Mikla and Melina were born. Right. Because in my opinion, when Radigan, loving power, being power drunk, a narcissist, he's the one that established the Golden Order and made it so that America was worshipped as the one true God. And that is the core tenet of the Golden Order. Not the greater will, not the Erd Tree. America loved the Erd Tree. Let's see. Jackal says, I don't buy that America died. The body/vessel might be still inoperable, but America is still alive through Godhood. Spirit means she's still able to be a vessel for the Elden Ring, and still no. I would disagree with you completely, because gods can die, and we know good gods can die because we kill Mikla. He actually became a god. We kill him. we can kill the Elden Beast. The Elden Beast is more powerful than America. Remember, America is just a puppet for the Elden Beast, for the Elden Ring. She's technically when you think of God, you can't be thinking God in the sense that we see gods or the way we understand gods in this world. In reality, the the gods in Elden Ring are just powerful magic users or vessels, right? They're dead, they're puppets. And you can kill them. Because if you couldn't kill them, why would Placidusax's god flee? Because he was fleeing. They were fleeing because they didn't want to get killed. You don't flee if you're immortal, if you are powerful. Emits her will through grace. America is still active and alive. No, no. No. The grace, all of that is being emitted and controlled by the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring wants you to bring pieces back to it. Wants to be whole again. That's why you bring back the pieces of the Elden Ring. Remember, the Elden Ring is alive. It's the Elden Beast, and parts of it are being held by the demigods. And we know from Inya, who works for the Two Fingers, who work for probably the Elden Ring, say the greater will has long abandoned the lands between, or no, the demigods take their heads, claim charge of the Elden Ring because the Elden Beast wants to be whole again. It can't be as powerful as it was if it's missing pieces of itself. It's a giant con game, and we are being conned into working for the Elden Beast, killing America's children. Why would America want her children killed? And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why we hear that she, quotes, she said that she did it. Because it's the Elden Beast. It's talking through America, or Radigan, who's talking through America's body because he's posing as her. Because Radigan, at first, think about it, and I've said this before, Radigan disposes of all the children in America that are not Radigans. The twin omens, Godwin, right? Gone, dead. Right? And then his stepchildren are elevated to demigods, or his children are elevated to demigods, and then he has two more. Mesmer is trapped in the lands between. Melina is killed somehow. The land of shadow, sorry. Mesmer is trapped in the land of shadow because he has the power to, his flame has the power to, kill him and the air tree or the Elden Beast. Melina's murdered or killed somehow. And the only children that are alive are Radigans. They're the only ones that are alive and walking around. Out in the open, I say. We know that the Omen twins are alive, but they have to be hidden. They're hidden away underground, forsaken, and Godwin is assassinated. So it's just like a lion killing the cubs of the previous master or the previous pride owner or whatever, getting rid of them and making sure that Radigan's only making sure that his lineage continues in power. But when he fails to repair the Elden Ring, pop, he gets killed. The Elden Beast takes over, hides away in the tree. Nobody can get to him. The thorns go up. The Elden Beast has secured power for itself. Nobody's going to hurt the Elden Beast again. But now it lets out the message through grace, through the Two Fingers, go kill the demigods. Because why would Radigan want you to kill his children after he's already set everything up for them to be rulers? It doesn't make any sense. It's the Elden Beast saying, go kill the children because I want to be back. I want to be whole. That isn't Radagon. That isn't America. That's the Elden Beast setting everything up. And that's what it is, in my opinion. That's what it is. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Okay, let's see what Jackal says. He says, but also remember that only America is the one that's guiding you to burning the Erd tree. America is the one being described as having any dominion over grace. She's so active. I don't know where you're getting any of that. And I think it was Enya. Enya was telling you to burn the Erd tree, and Melena's telling you to burn the Erd tree. And we don't know where they got any of their information. Well, we know that Enya is probably untrustworthy. Melina, where she get her information, who knows? If nobody can get into the Erd tree, then she didn't get any information from America. What? Okay, Argo says, what about the parts of Elden Ring shown in Fair Missoula that don't appear anywhere else? Okay, so that's a very complicated answer with no real good question or answer, right? It's a good question though. I have an answer, but I'm not fully. I don't. It's not a hill that I would die on. I would say that the Elden Ring that we see in Fair Missoula isn't the real Elden Ring. It's a representation, kind of like a light bulb, magical representation that glows. Because we don't see any magic. We just see it glowing, right? We don't see anything coming out of it or anything. So maybe it's just a light bulb. You know, light bulbs from one room to another, they look the same. They glow. Maybe. Another answer I would give you is that maybe Fair Missoula is outside of time, and that is the Elden Ring outside of time. And from a previous age, and since we time traveled, we're looking at it. But I don't believe Fair Missoula is outside of time. Not for 1 minute. So I'd say that's the most unlikely answer. Let's see. Cayman says Nostril has gotten to you. He's gotten to Jackal? I hope not. Also smart. He is. Too smart sometimes. Let's see. Argyle says, oh wait, no. Let's see. Pharaoh's. All right. Pharaoh says, for me, America is a god, all knowing, all powerful. Okay. He continues. She lets everything happen because she knows she will be in a video game, and what she wants, all she wants, is to tell you her story. Wow. Pharaohs, that's very meta. That reminds me of Light Ronin. I don't know if y'all remember Light Ronin. Light Ronin called the open mic show a few weeks ago, or a month or so ago, or more now. And he had an idea that the Crucible is, in fact, the video game, the disc. And it was amazing. I suggest everybody go find it. Maybe it's episode 7, maybe 8. It was amazing. Amazing theory. He's also on the Discord, so if you hit him up, I'm sure he'd love to explain it again. Argo says Rykard and Radon had no Empyrean status. So, what's that got to do with anything? Jackal says, okay, but the Omen grew up underground long before Radagon became Elden Lord, and Godwyn dies because Ranni's plot, the same Ranni who is acting in defiance of the greater will and the Golden Order. Yep, that's true. And think about it. When did the Crucible become wrong? When the Golden Order started. When did the Golden Order start? When Radagon was Elden Lord. You can't say that the Omen and all that stuff that became anathema when the Golden Order proclaimed that America was the one true God. Right? Because before that, or perhaps maybe even when the Erdtree was still acting towards the end of the Erdtree age, and then Radagon's like, okay, now we're going to turn it into the Golden Order. Now that I've taken over complete power, I've had people, give up the Crucible, and they only worship the Erdtree, and now I'm going to turn the Erdtree into a symbol of faith only. And America, me, I am going to become the one true God. It works. Excuse me. Meta says you often see concentric rings. I think the Elden Ring itself is a kind of modular. You can probably stack them into one thick ring, break easily into 4, and introduce new runes through grafting. You know what? I kind of agree with you. But after talking with Boss Saucer, even though he's not here tonight, you can find him on Discord. He had this great idea that the Elden Ring is actually just one ring, and that all the corresponding rings are actually Elden runes added to the Elden Ring by other lords or other people, and that makes a lot of sense because it's called Elden Ring, Elden Rings. And then also because if we know that people can make their own Elden runes and add them to the Elden Ring, right? The Gek made a ring, Destined Death, Via, Dung Eater, Gold Mask, they each make an Elden rune, add it to the ring. Mini runes change the configuration. Yeah, but mini runes are only called mini runes because they fix something that's broken. If the Elden Ring wasn't broken, they wouldn't be called mini runes. They'd be called Elden runes. Kimmy says in Melina, Melina isn't trustworthy. Nobody. Oh, if Melina isn't trustworthy, nobody is, and that's a fact. Cayman. It's a fact, and we hear that at the very start of the game from Ronnie when we lie to her. The lands between is full of liars and cheats. Tells us the murderer who killed her own brother. All right, let's see. Manufacturer says, by the way, I realized the other night that Radagon's rune might be a weave to hold the broken runes intact. That's true. I agree with that. I've always thought that too. Argyle says, he says, 100% agree. I agree. I feel Bach is a distant descendant of Radagon because he got Freaky. Oh, okay. That would, Meta says that would explain the demi-human and the misbegotten. Argo continues, the Crucible is the disc that is very Morrowind Kirkblade vibes. Morrowind Kirkblade. I assume you're talking about Elder Scrolls. I haven't played that in a long time. Okay, Jacko says the Crucible was becoming diminished during Godfrey's reign as well. Right, that's true. Let's see. Argyle says Ronnie being the only Empyrean is important because she's not the only Empyrean. Important because his 2 other kids are sacrificable to his plans because his daughter on the throne, which is possible ending, not the best ending, which is a possible. Ronnie being an Empyrean, and it doesn't matter. Who's an Empyrean doesn't really matter because Empyreans are chosen by the 2 fingers, right? And what makes an Empyrean, nobody really knows. All we know is that they're chosen by the two fingers. We know the Glowmite Queen was an Empyrean, but she did. She did. I mean, it in the end, it doesn't really matter. The Empyrean is just somebody who is picked by the two fingers that they decide. And what is the prerequisite to become one? Nothing. We don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you can come up with something, and I'll agree with you. Or I'll disagree. But since we don't know, we can't say being an Empyrean is important, or we can take it with a grain of salt, true, because, Mikla, Melania, and Ronnie were Empyreans. The Glowmite Queen was Empyrean. America was an Empyrean. But, we don't know what makes it, honestly. So it could be that, I've heard it said that to be an Empyrean, you have to be a female, but then you got Mikla, and then they're like, oh, he's a femboy, he can be. No, you can't make rules and then change them because they don't fit. If you're going to make a rule, it's got to fit for everybody. What's good for the geese is good for Mikla, right? For the goose and the gander. It's got to be good for everything. That's how you know when something's going to work. Godwin says, yeah, the great ones are just hand-me-downs infecting other current owners. I agree with that. There's no evidence. Cayman says, there's no evidence that the crucible was diminishing during Godfrey's reign. Well, I mean, diminishing, I don't mean in power. I would say in popularity. As one religion, wanes, the other one gathers strength. Kind of like, Catholicism formed from Eastern Orthodox, and from Catholicism you had the Protestant Reformation, and then from the Protestant Reformation you had Mormonism and all of that, and it just one comes and goes. I mean, it's just religion, what people believe in, and depending on what the rulers believe makes the difference, right? It's kind of like when Constantine converted to Christianity, right? In the Roman Empire, at that time they were a polytheistic society, and then boom, all of a sudden, monotheism. That's the way, and it's been that way. But you can imagine it being the same way. And I think, I think if we're going to talk inspirations, I think that was perhaps an inspiration for the crucible and worship of the Ur Tree, or the crucible leaning into worship of the Ur Tree, then the worship of the Ur Tree turning into worship of America alone, or into, and I use America just for conversation's sake, but because I do believe it's Radigan alone, and that's it. Argo says, I quote, Enya says, one born to a single God. Okay. And is America not a God? What are you trying to say? Because Radigan's not a God, right? So if you believe, you're not looking at the whole, what Enya knows, right? Enya knows that America is a god. She believes that Radigan is the Elden Lord. So if America is given vaginal birth, if she's given birth naturally, the kids are born from her because she's a god. Not everybody knows the saying Radigan is America. Nobody, that is so secret that, there's a statue and you have to figure out the puzzle. Who knows that? Nobody does. Common people would know that. It's a statement of faith. It's like saying Jesus Christ is part of the Trinity, or Jesus is God, or something like that. It's the same type of statement that Enya is saying. Single God. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's making sense, but it's that. So you take that with a grain of salt, not with a grain of salt, but you have to take it within context of what Enya knows, what her belief is, right? Because if you're like a Christian, let's take for instance, if like when Christianity came to Japan, and Japan, they believed in the spirits and ancestors and water spirits and all of that, and then they come, oh, Jesus Christ is the one true God. What? What? I thought you had multiple gods, right? The Trinity. What? That's the thing. Enya doesn't know the truth. She's only regurgitating what she's been taught. Argo says there's nothing over. Okay, Cayman says, look at this guy. He can quote the history of religion. I don't know anything about religion. Let's see. Argyle says, I'm trying to say that you said that there were no known requirements for Empyreans. I offered you one, and one hard requirement. That's not a requirement. That's not a requirement. Because if you believe that Radigan and America are the same person, then they're all Empyreans. They're all Empyreans. They're from the Omen twins to the Fire twins, or Melon and Mesmer, to the twin prodigies, to Rykard, and not Rykard probably, but yeah, they're all of quote Children of America are all. They're all, because if they're one God, then when they gave birth, despite whoever their consort was, they were still one person. And don't forget that Ronnie is a child of Renala. America didn't give birth to her, unless Radigan gave anal birth. Cayman says, jokes aside, we only know that the Golden Order comes after the Age of Plenty. We don't know what the religion was during this time. Importantly, it wasn't a question of religion. The Ur Tree changes. Interesting. Okay. Meta says, but I think America had red hair for the longest time. She did. I think she did. I back you up, Meta. Until she made Radigan. I won't back up that statement, but I do believe that she did start off with red hair, just like Radigan did. And the thing is that when they became a god, who knows, their red hair turned into gold. Because we see that Radigan statues have gold hair. Even though his picture, when he first, I guess, comes Elden Lord, or when he's with Renala, he does have red hair, sure. But the statues of when he's at the head of the Golden Order, the head of state, Elden Lord, he's got gold hair. Jackal, I hope you have a good stream. I'll see you soon. Oh, shit, it's 9 o'clock, y'all. All right, yeah. Everybody, thank you, Jackal, for letting me know that. Everybody, this was a great conversation about Elden Ring. Great conversation. We discussed and debated a lot of great ideas with great interpretations. 100%. It's okay if we don't agree. It's fine. And that's what I love. I just love the conversation. Make sure everybody, Jackal. Oh man, he's gonna be on Twitch, and it's Sunstorm Jackal. No, I think it's Sunstorm, right? Oops. Sunstorm _ Jackal. Please, everybody, go check him out. He's a good friend of mine, and we have our differences on the lore, but it doesn't matter in the end. It's just a game. So please check him out. Go watch his stream. He's going to be streaming some cool shit. I'm going to head that way here in just a bit too. Let's see what else. Don't forget, everybody in the future that listens to this, if you want to join Discord and continue these conversations, there's going to be a link in the video description. And check out friends and fellow Inquisitors, Serious Moonlight on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube is going to be Serious Moonlight, Jackal Khan, Metafactual, Not Godwin, Ananikapu. Let's see, Jack is a Mimic. Check them out. Let's see, another person. Let's see, Jackal's going to be on Twitch also, Sunstorm_Jackal, and Boss Saucer on TikTok. Check everybody out, man. Great content creators. They come out with better ideas than I am. And your Pharaohs, check him out too. He loves mimics. And yeah. So everybody, I will see y'all tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's Saturday, right? We got the open mic tomorrow. If y'all want to discuss this in person with me, join the Discord and we will discuss it. I will hash it out with you. And depending on how many callers there are, will dictate how long you get. If there's a lot of callers, hey, you only have a few minutes. If there's not, you got more time. But I encourage everybody to call in and discuss it, because I don't mind the discussion at all. Argyle, I mean, I don't think Discord's turning evil. TeamSpeak was evil back in the day. I remember when that shit first started back on TeamSpeak, because TeamSpeak is just as bad, bro. Trust me. I'm 43 years old. I was using TeamSpeak when I was like 19. Join the Discord. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid of your stuff getting out there, it's already out there. If you have a cell phone, you're already being tracked by your government. So no worries. And that's it. Hey, Argyle, it don't matter how old you are, man. The internet is younger than me and you. So if you're older than me, you've seen it all as well. Take it easy, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow.